heard about this frog. It's a very tiny frog, but it's also very special. You can only find it in the jungle, so far away from here. But if you find it, and if you touch it, your world can change forever. If you touch its skin, you can feel your body changing, and your vision also. Blue becomes red, and red becomes blue, and your mommy suddenly becomes your daddy, and everything looks like a giant
Right then, good evening everybody, and hello for the second time for some of you. If you joined us, what was it, an hour and a half ago for our fun little bonus quiz, I hope you had fun. It was nice to do a quiz in the sunshine. It's kind of still light outside, but I always bring the blinds down when I do these evening quizzes. So, welcome and good evening to the latest edition of the Fast 50 online pub quiz. It's great to have you here. Tonight's quiz is going to be a tough one. We have a guest writer, Vlad, who we'll talk about in a little bit, and he has put together a fiendishly difficult history quiz. It's something that a lot of you have been asking for, and so Vlad has helped us deliver it. So we'll talk about that in a bit, but first of all, let's go and see who is around on the feed. So good evening to some of you that were here earlier. The Bakers are in, loving the tunes. Gaza, that's one of my favourite bands. They're called M83. Highly suggest you go and look them up. They are absolutely wonderful. Simon's in again for the second time this evening. Good evening to you. Vlad is it back. Gaza and Jim, who played along earlier. Jim, you had a good quiz earlier with the questions aimed at 10 and 11-year-olds. You did all right, mate, didn't you? So, anyway, look, we had some fun earlier. Well done to Alina, who won herself an Alsa Funko Pop. We'll make sure we get that to you in whenever. All right, I don't know, after lockdown. I don't know when it's going to be. We're talking American football over here. I don't want to get caught up in that because we have got a quiz to do. So quiz will kick off around 8 o'clock. We've got about 12 minutes to go. It's a manual start, so don't panic if we reach the countdown and I'm still yapping away. Nothing will happen until I want it to. And we've got a few things to talk about before we get going. Some of it I know you've heard a million times before, but we have got some brand new people joining us tonight, and it's always nice when we get new people. So we had some new Patreons signing up. First of all, thank you to Craig, who was a Patreon anyway, but decided to up his level today, which is lovely. Anyone's welcome to do that. If you feel you're getting great value for money and you want to support the channel essentially and the business that we're doing, by all means, up it. I don't mind. That's great. It really helps us pay the rent and bills and maybe get some more prizes and stuff. But welcome to Anna, Andre, Florin and Niku, who signed up yesterday and today. Hopefully you're here. If you're watching the stream and you don't know how to play, all you've got to do is head over to Patreon, look at the notifications page, and right there you will see the code that you need to enter at myquiz.org. We obviously can't publish it here because it's for you guys only, our Patreons. Yeah, Jim, mental age maybe, but you still beat loads of people. It was, it was a fun quiz, wasn't it? I don't know. Good evening, Anna, Dave, and baby Tom. Can I call him Tom, or does it have to be Thomas? I don't know. It's up to you. Don't want to upset anyone. What happened on Wednesday then? We'll show you Wednesday as opposed to the one we've just done. So Wednesday, very exciting actually, and very, very close. So everybody on screen there managed to pick up a prize courtesy of GBRtronics and Jerry's Pizza. The Family Terp had one of their best outings ever and got themselves a pizza. And then all the way up to Noah, who told us he changed his name in order to have more luck. And indeed he did. He came second on 245, just behind our winner Mihai on 252. I think that's the second time Mihai's won. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just a 7-point gap, look, and then Shumi picked up third place as well. So loads of great prizes for you guys, and well, we've got loads of good prizes to do to look at tonight. I mean, like literally loads. I've been Tommy, Tominator, and Tommy Gunn are all acceptable. Tommy Gunn it is. Good evening, James and Raluca. Glad to have you with us. So yeah, lots of prizes to be won tonight, and we've got some new sponsors coming in as well, which is always great. But let's just quickly say hello to this little man here. I say little. He's as tall as me. There he is. That's our man Vlad. Okay, so Vlad is responsible for becoming our first ever guest writer on this quiz. I have put out a plea to you guys. If you want to have a specific quiz and you have a subject in mind and you're willing to put the effort in just like Vlad has and write 50 questions with multiple choice answers, I'll help edit them for you and give you advice along the way. And we'll do it. We'll put them in if it's a really good quiz that we know lots of people will like. We'll put them in on the Saturday night. If it's something that's a bit more niche, maybe I can try and fit it into one of my other spare nights and we'll do it as a bonus quiz. But look, if you want to write a quiz, be like Vlad and do it. We have got somebody at the moment doing a geography quiz for us, and we have got somebody at the moment doing a Eurovision quiz, which I hope will be ready for 2 weeks' time, and we will do that on the night that the Eurovision final should have taken place. So couple of people are out there, but people keep making suggestions. But if you're bored in lockdown and you want to give writing a go, then just do it. Just crack on, write some questions, and start. You don't have to commit or anything. Just start, see if it works for you, see if you can do it. And like I say, I'll support you all the way, and maybe we'll get some more guest writers. But well done, Vlad, for being our first. I'm going to tell you now. This is a tough quiz tonight, easily the hardest quiz that we've ever done. But I'm saying that because I'm not a true history buff. I mean, the nearest I could get to a history T-shirt tonight was my rather awesome David Bowie T-shirt. And that's about it for me. I mean, it is tough. So the great thing is, of course, it is multiple choice. It means that you can score points just by guessing. So apologies again if you've seen this a million times, but for our new people, here's how it works. You will get multiple choice options on your screen, and if you tap the correct answer, you get 5 points for each question. There are some questions that have multiple answers. I think they're all 3 answers tonight. I could be wrong. You should always read carefully and check carefully. So for those questions, you have to tap multiple answers because there will be multiple correct answers, and for each one of those you get 5 points, but you have to be very careful on those questions because it's really make or break when you reach that point. If you tap an incorrect answer on one of those multiple answer questions, all of your correct answers go down to just 1 point, which can make a massive swing, because if somebody gets a maximum and you only get 1 or 2 points, well, that can be a big swing in the placings. So there's at least 3 of them in here tonight, 1 near the beginning, 1 at the end, 1 somewhere in the middle. If you get something wrong, it's just a 0 on a normal question, and we have a speed bonus of 3, 2, 1, fastest, second fastest, and third fastest on every single question. And there is an answer button on your screen. Some people say they can't see it. I'm not sure how. So if that's the case tonight, take a screenshot, but there is an answers button. It simply means if you're absolutely positive of your answer in the 15 seconds that we give you, tap the answer button, because that will enter your answer quickly instead of waiting for the 15-second counter to reach to 0. When the 15-second counter does reach 0, whatever the answer you have selected last is the one that will get logged in. Okay, so that's how you get speed bonuses, and speed bonuses are often the difference in winning. Saying that, some people's tactic is to not go for the speed bonus and just make sure they get it right, which I understand completely as well. Vlad, yeah, the quarantine stash, mate. I'm growing the beard. I trimmed it ever so slightly because I was starting to look a bit creepy. I'll be honest, even to myself. But I'm still growing it. I'm still going. Yeah, Vlad, it's nice that you acknowledge that. It is difficult doing the writing because you're trying to be varied all the time. You're trying to please so many people, and often trying to come at many different levels of awareness of certain subjects. But It's great that you've done it, mate, and I think people will really enjoy it tonight. And you know what? I don't care that there's some incredibly hard questions in there. I think it's great. I think you've done a really good job. Timia, Craig, if you didn't hear, mate, thank you for upping your donation tonight. That was really kind of you. Good evening to Horia and Konksa and Holly and Sam joining in again. Juan playing again. And hello to Holly, Joanna, Alan and Ben all joining in with the Bakers in the Battle of the Bakers. And Holly's saying that Ben is busy on FIFA. Get him off FIFA and get him to playing a proper game. FIFA 20 is terrible anyway. Good evening, Mihai, and happy birthday for you from during the week, mate. I think it was Wednesday, was it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but happy birthday to you. On the subject of birthdays, the quiz that we did earlier is actually for an 11-year-old girl's birthday tomorrow. It's the daughter of the mum that runs the food bank that we raise money for in my hometown in England. So I said that I would do it for them. But if anybody else wants me to do a birthday, talk to me. I'm cheap. Very cheap. If you want, if you've got an anniversary, a special occasion or whatever, at the end of the day, I am a business still, and I am here to try and survive. So if anyone wants a special occasion quiz, talk to me and we'll see if we can do something. Let's talk about prizes tonight because they are good. All right, we start off with the big one. Okay, this is for our winner and our runner-up this evening, a 300 lei and a 100 lei gift voucher for home delivery. And the people that have won this so far, just without fail, send me a message with pictures of their huge amounts of food, just going, oh my God, this is amazing. If you win the 300 lei gift voucher to get food from Sentani, Duna, Banjo Jack, Karishma or Altorito, believe me, it feeds like a family of 8 or something. I mean, there's so much great food that you can get from these guys. They are a collective. They've come together, these 5 restaurants, and it means that you can order from all of them and get it in one delivery. So please support them because they are, essentially small businesses as restaurants, and they do need our support whilst they are closed. So if you fancy something a little bit different, you don't want to do some home cooking, You've got loads to choose from there. I personally have ordered already from Banjo Jack and El Torito, both of whom I absolutely loved. I will get round to ordering from the others. So if you win tonight, 300 lei. Runner up, 100 lei. What else do we have? Let's have a look. Well, third place isn't too bad. And here's our new sponsor. I say new, but of course they've been with us for years and years and years. But only in the last week have they been able to donate something that can actually be won whilst we're in lockdown. And it is Quest Mission Escape Room. So you will know that if you come to our Bucharest quiz that we always give away an escape room experience for 6 people, an entire quiz team. And we are going to essentially do that tonight because Quest Mission have put together a quite brilliant online live series of escape rooms, and whoever gets third place tonight will win an invitation for themselves and 2 other households to all play at the same time. So that means that you can invite a friend and another friend who are living in 2 different places, essentially free logins from 3 different places, and you can all do an online live escape room with Quest Mission. And if that sounds like something you'd like to do anyway, please support them. Again, another small business, and they've been brilliant to us. They've helped us raise loads of money for Casa Rwana in the past. Please go and have a look at their website or Facebook page. You can find them online at questmission.com. Thank you so much to Quest Mission. Third place tonight, that is yours. And then spot prizes. Now here's a funny thing, right? We'll start off with the Big Lebowski because I said on Wednesday, look, I've just taken delivery of some really nice Big Lebowski stuff and I'm going to pop the prizes in. And I have. I've got T-shirts and mugs, okay? So I've got some nice Big Lebowski T-shirts and mugs to give away tonight. But I hadn't looked at Vlad's questions at that point, and by sheer coincidence, he has possibly written a Big Lebowski question, which might well be in the quiz. And it is a 100% coincidence. It really is. So, spot prizes tonight. We start with a Big Lebowski t-shirt. 25th place will win that. If you finish in 25th tonight, you get the Big Lebowski t-shirt. We have a Big Lebowski mug. You can just about see it there. If you finish in 50th place tonight. And then a really, really good prize if you're down in 100th place. And we will have a 100th place finisher because at the moment we have 140 people logged in. 100th place. Great sponsor again tonight. One beer later. They sponsored us a couple of weeks ago, but they wanted to sponsor again tonight because it's the history quiz. And if you know about their beers, all of their beer labels have historical characters on. So you can see in the pictures there, you can just see Einstein, Dali, and Steve Jobs. And their labeling is just brilliant. Their beer is even better. You'll get a case delivered to you Monday or Tuesday to your home, providing you're in Bucharest. In fact, they said they will deliver around Romania, but that will take longer. But in Bucharest, you'll get it very quickly. A case of their wonderful beers delivered to you. And I won't lie to you, I'm not just talking about them as a sponsor. I'm a fan as well. I've got the Steve Jobs classic American IPA, which I am drinking from my London Pride glass tonight. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? A ton of prizes. So first, second, third, 25th, 50th and 100th. That is what you are aiming for tonight. Right, who else have we got on the feed? We've got like a minute or two before we get going. So Daria's tuning in, Andra, sorry, Yon, Maddie's coming in from the UK, Jen's playing from the UK as well. David, hello mate, good to have you along. Everybody's having a bit of a chit chat. Adrienne, good evening, welcome to you. So, all right then, 50 back-to-back questions. They are tough, guys. I mean, just go with it. Like, some of you are going to love this. Some of you are going to love this because you're history buffs and history students, history whatever, teachers possibly, some of you, and this is going to be right up your street. Countdown is finished. We will get into it now. Daria, so am I. I'm so glad that Vlad wrote this, okay? But we're going to have fun tonight regardless, all right? We really will. So if you're ready, guys, 50 back-to-back questions, just 15 seconds to answer. Some of the questions are long, so it's a question of fast reading and fast tapping. Make sure you tap away at absolutely everything. We are in the lap of the gods when it comes to the internet, but as you will have seen in recent, at least for the last month, the servers and the internet has been just wonderful for us, and touch wood, we hope that it will be exactly the same tonight. However, if for any reason your screen does freeze or it says server down, just refresh, okay? And that should bring you back into the game. It hasn't happened for a long time. We hope it won't happen tonight. If you miss a question, I sincerely apologize. I have gone through the questions and pulled them apart and made sure I've not made any mistakes like I did on Wednesday. Hey, let's see if we can spot a mistake. It wouldn't be a normal quiz night without a mistake, right? Over 160 players are in. So If you're ready, I will head over to my quiz and kick you off. Good luck, everybody. Here's your 3, 2, 1 countdown. And your first question is on the screen. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Nicholas I, Nicholas II, Nicholas III, or Nicholas IV? Ooh, right. Definitely a Nicholas, okay? I can tell you that much. Definitely a Nicholas. We have got some first letter questions in here tonight as well. Nicholas II is the correct answer. Wow, look at this. All right, so maybe you guys are going to be good. 67.3%. Charlie goes straight into the lead from Quiz of Oz, Jen, Trond, and the Doomsayer. First letter questions. Remember, if it's your first time playing, a first letter question simply means when we give you the A, B, C, or D options, the options will only be letters, and you have to know the answer and know the first letter of the correct answer. It will be there. You tap it, and that will get you the points. Well done, Charlie. Better to be lucky than clever, right? Great guess. Just guess your way to that win. 25th, Matt, is what you need. Here's your next question, guys. Cleopatra was born on the territory of which modern country? Greece, Egypt, Italy, or Turkey? Yeah, it's a great t-shirt, Dario. Someone's going to be very, very happy with that tonight. I was going to keep it myself, but I will not. I did buy it as a prize. Should give it away as a prize. Right, answers are in. Egypt is the correct answer. It felt like a trick question, but no, Egypt is the correct answer. 63.3% of you getting that one. Charlie's still guessing away. He's on 13. The Quiz of Oz goes into the lead. He's in the lead purely because, or she, of course, because they answered that question quicker than Charlie, and that's how we separate you when you're tied. Bula, Big Bad Bula, who almost won the kids quiz earlier, is on 12. Jen, 11, and Matt, hello to you tonight, on 10. Here is your next question. We're going up to question number 3. 3 of 50. Okay, question 3. How many sitting US presidents were assassinated? 2, 3, 4, or 5? How many sitting US presidents were assassinated? Now, that doesn't mean physically sitting. It means when they were in office. Time is up. Let's see what you've gone for. Bit of a split on this one, maybe? Yeah, relatively. The correct answer here is 4. Lots of you just saying 3, but it was Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, and JFK, possibly, sadly, the most famous. It's an awful thing to talk about, really, isn't it? So just 28.2% of you getting it right, and Jen goes into the lead. You're on 19, Jen. The Doomsayer on 17, tied with Bula, separated by a fast finger only. Teo, welcome to the top 5, 16, and the same to Gabe, 33. You're into the top 5. You're right, Jen. They may have all been sitting. 2 of them definitely were. I don't know about the other 2. Good point. Good point. Well-worded question, Vlad. Number 4. To the nearest year, how long was the 100 Years' War? 86, 100, 105, or 116 years? To the nearest year, how long was the 100 Years' War? 86, 100, 105, or 116? Jen, that's a great question. I'd love to know that. Were they all sitting? I don't know. Garfield is a cat. Now, come on. 116 is the correct answer, and 60.5% of you getting it right. It was 116 years, 4 months, and 25 days to be absolutely spot on. Jen is having a good quiz so far. It's only a few questions, but already showing she knows her stuff. 24 points. Bula with an H comes into second place on 23. Bula without an H on 22. The Doomsayer on 22, and Mihai on 20. Bula is creating a bit of a fan club for himself, an anti-fan club, we might say. Just brilliant. Here's number 5 of 50. Which ancient kingdom shares its name with one of the first TV series to employ internet marketing and a famous 1978 cover song by Boney M? It is a first letter question. B, M, T, or U? The correct answer begins with B, M, T, or U. Which ancient kingdom shares its name with one of the first TV series to employ internet marketing and a famous 1978 cover song? B, well done if you got that. 58%. The TV show was Babylon 5, which seems... whoa, years ago, right? The internet was around. They were right at the start of internet marketing, and Rivers of Babylon, of course, by Boney M. This is going to be a tight quiz tonight. So Jen from Bula, from the Doomsayer, and welcome to Wana, who comes into the top 5. I can't remember seeing you in the top 5, Wana. We might have found your subject. You're on 25 and in 5th place. Okay, 5 down, 45 to go. Here is question number 6. The name of the USSR newspaper Pravda translates into what? Spark, truth, justice, or star? Do you know your Russian? Do you just know trivia? There are far more difficult questions than this to come. I know which one of that is, Wana. So many Wanas. Truth is the correct answer. 77.6% of you getting this right. I feel like these are the ones that are lulling you in. The lads are going to get evil later, let me tell you. All right, Jen, you're extending your lead. 36 to 33 from Bula. The Doomsayer, 32. James, welcome to you on 30. And look at this, it's old Jimsterdam. Jim, history, it's your thing. 30 points. Always claims he's going to come last. And here he is in the top 5. Well done, Jim. All right, question number 7 coming up. The city of Constantinople was disastrously sacked by Crusader armies during which crusade? First, second, third, or fourth? Constantinople was sacked by Crusader armies during which crusade? First, second, third, or fourth? Do you know your crusades? It was one of them. And it was the fourth, and only 16.2% of people got this one right, which, wow, that's a real spread across it. I feel like there might have been a bit of guessing going on here, a spread across the 4 answers, and that has changed things a little bit over here. We've got the Doomsayer on 40, Bula with an H is on 38, Jen drops down to 3rd, but still very close on 36. Sylvie.Lee, welcome to you into the top 5 for the first time this evening, and Esbra, 32, you are in 5th. Okay, 7 questions down, lots to come, plenty of points to be had. Here is question number 8. Which of these Sheffield clubs is considered the oldest surviving football club in the world? Is it Sheffield FC, Hallam FC, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United? It's a football question. They are all based in the city of Sheffield in the UK, in England. Which of them is considered the world's oldest football club? Correct answer is Sheffield FC. 23.1% of you getting it right. Jen got it right. She's moved into the lead. There is Cambridge University who claim that they are older, but that's very, very much disputed. It's generally accepted that it is Sheffield FC. So Jen, good answering. 42 points back into the lead. The Doomsayer in second on 40. Bula with an H on 38. Simo on 37. And welcome to Shumi for the first time into the top 5 tonight. Well done you. Charlie got the fastest finger there. Not surprised, Charlie. You are a buff when it comes to footy trivia. Yeah, Jen, you're in the right place for that question for sure. Next question. Which fruit defines a term describing countries under the influence of private corporations whose economies were solely dependent around a single product? Mango, banana, orange, or pineapple? Long question, and it's a great answer. Yeah, Jen happens to be in Yorkshire, which is, helps with a question on Sheffield. The correct answer is banana. Look at you guys. You are good. 66.9%, as in a banana republic, referring to the banana being the only thing that they might be able to trade with. So, Jen still leads the way. 47. Just 1 point, though. Back to the Doomsayer on 46. Simo on 42. James moves up to 4th. And good evening to Clemino, who has 40 points as well. Tied with James. They are separated on fastest finger only. Oh, look at this. People calling Vlad evil already. I don't know what they're going to be calling you by the end of the quiz, because I know what's coming. Here's your next question, number 10 of 50. Senpo, Mansa, and Tenno are all examples of what? Types of governments, alphabets, imperial titles, art styles. Senpo with a silent T. Mansa and Tenno are all examples of what? Governments, alphabets, imperial titles, or art styles. Your answers are in. Let's see what you've gone for. It is imperial titles. You guys, 61.4%. This is impressive quizzing, everybody. Good question for the Doomsayer. Pushes him out in front. 54 points. Jen is back into second place. 52 points, but definitely challenging tonight by the looks of things, Jen. Simo, 47 in second. James D, Mr. James, you're on 45 in 4th place. Mrs. Keck, welcome to you. You did quite well earlier in the young quiz, and you're doing quite well in this tough quiz tonight. You're in 5th place with 45 points tied with James. Here comes your next question, number 11. Multiple answers. Which 3 of these personalities were alive at the same time? This is tough. Washington, Louis, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Vincent van Gogh, Jane Austen. 3 of them. 3 of them were alive at the same time. This is a tough one. All right, so the answers here were Washington, Mozart, and Austen. They were all alive between 1775 and 1791. That was a proper tough question, but a good one for Jen. It looks like she got the lot. She's moved out in front again on 67 points. Gabe back in second place on 58. The Doomsayer, 56. Bula, good question for you, mate. You're up into 4th. And Old Fraud comes into the top 5 for the first time. Well done, and congratulations to you. You're there on 55 points as well. But a good lead for Jen after that question. Here's your next one, number 12. Which of these countries was never a member of the League of Nations? USA, Soviet Union, Germany, or China, the League of Nations between 1920 and 1946? One of them never, ever, ever joined. Which one? Answers flying in. We look like we've got about 165, 170 odd players tonight. Plenty of you joining us. Look at this, just 7.8% of you getting it right. This was a tough one. It's the USA, believe it or not. They never joined. Soviet Union, Germany and China were all there. Jen, great question for you. And this is one of the biggest leads we've ever had after just 12 questions. She's on 72. Gabe, 58. The Doomsayer, 56. Bula, 55. And Old Fraud, 55. One of that's a great strategy. Go for it. 25% chance of getting it right. And if you're quick, you get the speed bonus. So what's to lose? Next question. In 2016, which member of Pink Floyd held concerts at the amphitheatre in the ruins of Pompeii 45 years after the band's own concert there? Was it David Gilmour, Nick Mason, Roger Waters, or Richard Wright? I love it. I've got Vlad giving reasoning behind his questions. Good man. David Gilmour is the correct answer here. 27.1% of you going for that and getting it. Lots of you went with Roger Waters. He did perform in Bucharest. Maybe that's why you did that. But no, it was David Gilmour. Jen, 72 points. You got your gap closed a little bit there. The Doomsayer, 61 points. Bula knew that one. He's on to 60 points. Gabe, you're on 58. And Giannina coming into our top 5 for the first time, 55 points. Yeah, this is proper A-level history, Chris. I totally agree with you. Here's your next question. It's a first letter question. What is the collective name for the modern languages that evolved from Vulgar Latin? Your options are I, L, R, and V. The correct answer begins with I, L, R, or V. Come on, Conxer. Still plenty of points to be had. R is the correct answer, and a lot of you got really worked this one out. That's not guessing when we get 57.4% getting it right. The correct answer is R for Romance languages, and it's looking good for Jen. She's still there, 77 points, but the ominous Bula creeping up, 65 points into second place. Gabe, 33. You've got 63. Doomsayer, 61, and Old Fraud comes back into our top 5 on 60. Lots of people having a chit chat tonight. I like that. I think it's because of all the guessing going on. Brilliant. Next question, 15. Who was the first Roman emperor? Augustus, Caesar, Nero, or Hadrian? Augustus, Caesar, Nero, Hadrian. Who was the first Roman emperor? Have you been to Rome? Did you see the statues? How's your memory? Let's find out. Yeah, you're good. 61.4% knowing it is Augustus. Everybody seems to think it's Caesar, that he's the only one, maybe, he's the only one anyone can remember. But no, it was Augustus. Caesar is considered the last dictator of the Roman Republic. Right, old tussle over here. Jen, good answer, mate. 82 points. Bula stays in second on 73. Gabe, 33 on 68. Doomsayer on 66. And Giannina fighting to get into the top 5. Back into the top 5 on 65. Caesar is a salad. Well done, Victor. Great tidbit. Brilliant. Next question. True or false, the winner of the 1904 Olympic men's marathon was administered rat poison mixed with brandy so that he could finish? True or false? True or false? Did he drink rat poison and brandy? All right, answers are in. It's true. 77.4% getting it right. And honestly, one of my favourite sporting events in the history of sports is the 1904 Olympic Marathon. It was bonkers, utterly bonkers. He actually didn't cross the line first. Another guy called Fred Lortz did. Then it was discovered that he had actually travelled the majority of the distance in a car. The guy that came in fourth had actually had a sleep under a tree. And there were only 2 water stations deliberately. It's amazing nobody died. Look it up. It's one of the most incredible Olympic stories ever. Jeanette still leads the way, but Bulu's caught you up a little bit. He's on 78. Next question coming up, number 17. The name of the Hagia Sophia translates into what? Great Church, Holy Peace, Saint Sophia, Holy Wisdom. There it is in all of its glory, but what does its name translate into? Your answers are flying in. Holy Wisdom is the correct answer here. A bit of a spread of the answers. Lots of you just guessed at Saint Sophia. I don't think it would be that obvious. I think Vlad's far more evil than that. Holy Wisdom then is the correct answer. Exactly a third of you getting it right. Jen got it right and Bula just behind still. 4-point gap between you two. The Doomsayer on 77. Mrs. John Thornton, who had a rather good quiz earlier, 75. In fact, they won earlier. Gabe, 33. You have 73. Your score keeps matching your number almost. That's your name, sorry. That's brilliant. Next question, number 18. In January 2020, a team of scientists from 4 British universities reconstructed a 3,000-year-old mummy's what? DNA, last meal, voice, or genitals? One of those 4 was recreated from a 3,000-year-old mummy. But what was it? DNA, last meal, voice, or genitals? Just 3% of you thought genitals. Be a hell of a job, wouldn't it? What are you doing at work today? No, that's terrible. And a real split over the other 3. It was the voice. It was actually the voice. 36.1% of you getting it right. Just amazing. They actually managed to work out from the vocal cords what he would sound like. Jen, good answer for you. 87. Doomsayer, 82. Mrs. John Thornton moving on up, 80. Bula didn't get that one, 78. James did. He's moved on to 77. Yeah, great questions tonight, Matt. Don't you wish that it was football again? We're all learning something. Here's your next question. In which empire would you most likely encounter a Janissary? Ottoman Empire, Russian Empire, Holy Roman Empire, Spanish Empire? Choose an empire. Answers are in. This might be a bit of a split. Or are you super clever? No, look at this. The Ottoman Empire is the right. And oh my God, 73% of you getting it right. The Janissaries were an elite infantry unit. They were quite famous and very, very deadly. Jen, still in the lead, 92. The Doomsayer, 87. Mrs. John Thornton, 85. Bula, 84. Simo, 82. I have to say, I'm quite enjoying the fact that we're doing a really tough quiz for once. It's good, isn't it? Bit of a leveler. We'll do something fun next week. I've got an idea for next week, don't worry. Here's your next question, number 20 out of 50. It's a first letter question. Look at the picture. Who is that? C-H-N-T. The correct answer will begin with C-H-N or T. Answers are in. Let's have a look and see what you've all gone for. Oh, well, look, I think you may have seen this. I've seen this bust as well myself. Nefertiti is the correct answer. Other than that, 10% of you went for T. It's not Tutankhamun, I think most of you knew. Jen maintaining a lead then, 97 points. The Doomsayer, 92. Mrs. John Thornton, 90. Bula, 89. And Simo, 87. I'm just going to move the chat up a bit because I'm wearing a black T-shirt and blocking out some of your incredibly funny comments. We don't want to do that. That's better. All right, so where are we? 20 questions down. Here comes number 21. The bombing of which city was the inspiration for the novel Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut? Guernica, London, Dresden, Hiroshima. Have you read the book? I have. It's one of the books I've genuinely read. Matt, that means you're beating about 30 odd people. That's not so bad. Time is up. Let's have a look and see what everybody went for. Dresden, you guys are cultured. You've read that book. 72% of you getting it right. It is indeed about the bombing of Dresden during the Second World War. Jen breaks 100 points, the first player to do so tonight. She's been in the lead for quite a while. Can she hold on? 105 points. Back to the Doomsayer on 97, who's then got a 2-point lead over Mrs. John Thornton. Simo on 92, tied with James. They are separated purely on a fastest finger. So what have we got? 13-point spread over the top 5. Not bad at all. Should be on your screen, Charlie. Varangians was another name for which of the following? Byzantines, Pilgrims, Arabs, Vikings. Charlie, your position should be on your screen. Open your eyes. After each question, it shows you which position you're in. There you go, time's up. Vikings is the correct answer, and almost half of you getting this one right. 48.2% of you getting it. Yeah, the good old Vikings. Maybe, did they mention that in the Vikings TV show? I don't know. Maybe that's why you all got it. Maybe you're just super clever. Jen moves up to 110 points, maintaining that 8-point lead over the Doomsayer. Mrs. John Thornton is still just 2 points behind, with Simo on 97. Bula still hanging around. He's now on to 5th place with 94 points. So a bit of a lead, Jen. Doing well. Here's your next question. To the nearest year, how long was the 30 Years' War? 28, 30, 32 or 34 years? Well, no, that's interesting. Maybe it's on phone only, but it should. The app is the website is the same for everybody. It must be there somewhere. That's interesting. We should try and find out. Yeah, this is sort of not a trick question. It was literally 30 years. Well, I say literally. It was 29 years, 11 months and 22 days. So just a tad under. But 30.8% of you getting that one right. Jen didn't get it right and the Doomsayer did. So all of a sudden, the gap has closed. It's a 3-point gap at the top. Mrs. John Thornton still 2 points behind the Doomsayer. And then it's As You Were, Simo 102 and Bula 101. Okay, maybe it's laptop only, or is it phone only? I don't know. Comment and tell us where your position is on your screens. Musa I is considered one of the richest men in history. He was the monarch of which empire? Aksum, Ghana, Mali, Kanem. Matt's saying scroll down below the questions and your position should be down there. I've never actually played, I'm afraid, guys, so I don't know where it is. Mali is the correct answer. 56% of you getting this one right. Very impressive. That can't be a guess. You really do know your stuff. I would have no idea. Jen, 3-point lead then. Just a little whisker ahead. 115. Doomsayer, you've been there for a while. 112. The same could be said for Mrs. John Thompson. 110. And it's again, As You Were, Simo 108 and Bula 106. So these 5 have been there for a while. Was he that rich? That's insane, that. Wow. Number 25. What are the names of the 3 states that comprised China during the Three Kingdoms era? Ming, Shu, Wei, Huan, Wu. 3 answers needed to be selected. Maybe it's smartphones only, guys. Maybe. Right, tough one here. Shu, Wei and Wu are the correct answer. The Ming and Yuan were sole ruling dynasties. They weren't with anybody. So the 3 kingdoms were Shu, Wei and Wu. And that has changed things considerably over here. Look, the Doomsayer, having been in second place for an awful long time, has shot into the lead on 130 points. Mrs. John Thornton moves on up as well, onto 125. And these multiple answer questions are good for Bula. He got that onto 122. Long-time leader Jen drops down to 116. And here comes the family Terp there into 5th place. Number 26. Which pope is depicted in these paintings? Is it Innocent 10, Urban 8, Alexander 7, Paul V? Do you recognise the paintings? Maybe, maybe not. Innocent, Urban, Alexander, Paul. Innocent X is the correct answer. 59.3% of you getting it right. The paintings are called Portrait of Innocent X and then Pope Innocent X by Francis Bacon, who did a series of works where he basically did that to paintings. Quite brilliant. So nearly 60% of you getting it right. The Doomsayer now is in the lead and not getting things wrong. 135. Mrs. John Thornton, 130. Bula still in third, 122. Jen's not giving up though, 116. And Simo comes back into the top 5, 114. It's fun picking random ones. Keep going, Warner. Next question. What was the name of the ancient kingdom in Nubia, whose monarchs became the Egyptian pharaohs of the 25th dynasty? Sesh, Ganja, Kush, Kiev. Sesh, Ganja, Kush, Kiev. The name of the ancient kingdom in Nubia. Kush is the correct answer, and 51.8% of you guys, I'm really amazed at how good you are. I'm not amazed. I know you're clever. I've been doing these quizzes with you long enough to know how good you are. So over half of you getting that one right. The Doomsayer stays out in front. 141, Mrs. John Thornton. 135, Bula 127. Jen, you're 20 points off the lead, but that can easily be caught up. You're on 121. Simo clings on to that 5th place, 119th. Remember, first, second, third, 25th, 50th, 100th. I think that's what we're doing tonight, right? Yeah. Next question. Look at the picture. It's the cover art for a video game in which history-based franchise? Is that Civilization, Total War, Age of Empires, or Empire Earth? Civilization, Total War, Age of Empires, Empire Earth. Answers are in. The correct answer here is Age of Empires. Look at you PC gamers, you know your stuff. 77.7% getting it right. That's actually Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings, which was released all the way back in 1999. Great question for the Doomsayer. 11-point lead now out in front. 146 points. Then it's back to Mrs. John Thornton on 135. Bula is in third place on 127. Simo moves up to fourth on 124. And the Family Terp come back into the top 5 on 123. This is still anybody's quiz. Here comes your next question. This is number 29. What was Matthew Hopkins famous for in the 17th century? Finding water, finding gold, finding New Zealand, or finding witches? There he is, in a rather glamorous pose. But what was he good at finding? Water, gold, New Zealand, or witches? Answers are in. 56.9% of you getting this. Yes, he was the witch finder general. He found hundreds, if not thousands of them in England back in the 17th century. He was quite a terrifying man. Okay, Doomsayer still with that 11-point lead over Mrs. John Thompson. Bula, third place, 132, and then still, as it was before, Simo 129, and then 1 point back to Family Terp 128. If Bula gets on a quiz show, I think we all need to get in the audience and be there. That would be awesome. Here's your next question. The city of Carthage was located on the territory of which modern country? Was it Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Libya? Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Libya. Tunisia is the correct answer. I've been there and I've seen some. Okay. Number 31. Which of these monarchs ruled the earliest? Hammurabi, Gilgamesh, Ramesses I, Sargon of Akkad. I feel like I'm speaking a foreign language tonight. Really. Pronunciation and voiceover skills being put to the test. Hammurabi, Gilgamesh, Ramesses I, Sargon of Akkad. The correct answer is Gilgamesh, and 40% of you getting that one correct. After that, it was Ramesses I that most of you went for, but 40% knowing Gilgamesh was the earliest. He ruled between 2800 and 2500 BC. Doomsayer, 156 points, still keeping that 11-point lead over Mrs. John Thornton, 145. As you were, again, 140, Bula, Simo, 139, Family Terp, 138. These 5 we cannot separate. Let's see if the next question will do it. Number 32. Which of these was never a Summer Olympic event in modern times from 1896? Town planning, lyric and speculative work, herald and trumpet, drawings and watercolours. 3 of them genuinely were in the Olympics since 1896, the modern Olympics. 1 wasn't. Okay, the correct answer here was Herald and Trumpet, and only 18.5% of you went for that. Herald and Trumpet, I know, was in the ancient games. It wasn't in the modern games. But artistic events, such as town planning and drawings and watercolours, they survived right up until 1948, some of them. Amazing. So the Olympics was far more than just physical exertion and sports. Doomsayer, 161, still 11 points ahead of Mrs. John Thornton. Simo into third on 145. Bula drops back, but with the same score. And Exquiz Me into the top 5. Welcome to the top 5. First letter question. The Hashashin, an Islamic order of the Middle Ages, inspired which English term describing a specific murderous act? AGMT. AGM or T. Vlad, if people are asking about one of your questions, feel free, seeing as you're not playing, to chat away to them. That will help me out. A is the correct answer. A for assassination. Second question about assassinations tonight. Wonderful. 66.9% of you getting it. Well done, well done. Doomsayer, it's that 11 points still. 166 back to John Thornton. Mrs. John Thornton, should I say. 155. Bula goes back into third place. Speed bonus there. Well done. 151. Simo on 150. And Exquiz Me, they're into the top 5 and staying there. They have 143 points. Next question. Which capital city is depicted in this painting from 1825? Is that Edinburgh, Cardiff, London, or Dublin? Have a close look. Have you been there? Edinburgh, Cardiff, London, or Dublin? Let's find out. Edinburgh is the correct answer. If you've been to Edinburgh, you might recognise that is Princes Street. It looks sort of like it now, apart from a lot less horses and carts, I would say that much. So yes, Edinburgh is the correct answer. Doomsayer, 171, and you have just stretched your lead here over Mrs. John Thornton, who has 155. Bula 151, Simo 150. Family Terp really trying to get top 5 tonight. It could be your first top 5, I don't know. You're back in on 148. Yeah, Edinburgh was there for New Year last year. Absolutely brilliant. Next question. Which of the leaders of the main Axis powers in World War II was the first to come into power as leader? Was it Hitler, Mussolini, or Hirohito? Thanks, Vlad. It's great to have someone that can look after people questioning the answers. This is quite handy. Should employ you. Mussolini is the correct answer. A bit of a split here. Most of you went for Hirohito, actually, but Mussolini came in 1922. Then it was Hirohito in 1926 and Hitler in 1933. My rule of never asking questions about Hitler has gone out the window because I agreed to put that one in tonight. Doomsayer, 176, a 20-point lead over Bula in second place on 156. Simo, you're in third by 1 point, as is Mrs. John Thornton. And the Family Terp, you're only 3 points off second place as well. Wow. The Doomsayer out in the lead, but he could be caught. Look at the picture. These figurines from the Hamangia culture are dated to 5000 BC. They were discovered in 1952 in which country? Greece, India, Turkey, or Romania? Greece, India, Turkey, or Romania? Aren't they amazing? Jesus, essentially like 7,000 years old, those. Incredible. Romania is the correct answer, and look at the answer here. 87.3% of you knowing it was Romania. Well done, well done. Still a 20-point gap then. Doomsayer maintaining that massive lead over Bula on 161. Simo 160. You are tied on 160 with Mrs. John Thornton. Again, separated just by who was fastest on that previous question or who indeed got it right. And Family Terp is still there on 158. So second place is very much up for grabs, but can anybody catch the Doomsayer? Let's have a look at your next question, 37. Apart from Al Cid, by which other name is Rodrigo Diaz del Vivar known as? El Campeador, El Campeon, El Conquistador, El Corazon. I'm going to pat myself on the back right now. Well done me for getting all of those right. Let's have a look. El Campeador is the correct answer. Lots of you going for El Conquistador, but the correct answer is El Campeador. I like saying that. El Campeador. 24.1% getting it right. The Doomsayer, 180 points. Bula closed the gap ever so slightly there. Ever so slightly with a bonus point. 169. Simo, 165. Still tied with Mrs. John Thornton on 165. Family Terp is still there as well, going for a top 5 finish, maybe higher if they can get into that second place and win a prize. We will see. Number 38. Which Cold War leader once wrote to Joseph Stalin and said, "Stop sending people to kill me. We've already captured 5 of them. If you don't stop, I'll send one to Moscow and I won't send a second." Was it Georgiou Dej, Kim Il-sung, Josip Broz Tito, Mao Zedong? Just about got the question out as you'd all answered. Correct answer is Tito. 56.9% of you getting it right. He is the former president of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. And that is such a great thing, isn't it? Don't send any more because I'll send one and I won't have to send a second. That's balls, isn't it? I love it. Doomsayer, 193. What some historian, the Doomsayer. Goodness me. Bula, 176. Simo, 170. Still tied with Mrs. John Thornton, 170. And the Family Terp, 168. Those 4, second, third, fourth, and fifth, we can't separate. No worries, Matt. True or false, since 1900, no sitting British Prime Minister has sported a beard. True or false? And that is the best picture you will see tonight in relation to a question. It took me ages to find that. I'm very proud of it. Is she hiding one? I don't know. Answers in. False is the correct answer. 33.7% of you getting it right. There was just one, Robert Gascoigne Cecil. He was in office twice back in the 19th century. If you know what that is, then you've seen 4 lions trying to hide a beard. I thought that was funny with Margaret Thatcher. In my mind, she's doing the same. If you haven't seen 4 Lions, go and watch it. Doomsayer, 193. Bula, 181. Family Terp, up into third on 173. Simo, 170. Mrs. John Thornton, 170. Family Terp moving on up. Next question, number 40. On the 1st of August 1981, Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles was the first video ever shown on MTV. What was the second? Was it You Better You Bet, Do You Think I'm Sexy, You Better Run, or We Don't Talk Anymore? Vlad's happy, but it's difficult. That's good. Real split across the answers here. You Better Run by Pat Benatar was the second video ever shown. Famously, it was Video Killed the Radio Star, and then it was followed up by Pat Benatar. Well, things are closing a little bit here. The Doomsayer 198, but Bula has closed the gap to just 12 points, 186. Just 8 points behind him is the Family Terp on 178. Simo on 175, still tied with Mrs. John Thornton on 175. Prizes for the top three here, remember? And then we're looking at 25th, 50th, and 100th place. I believe that's what we selected earlier. I'll have to check. Next question. In the First Babylonian dynasty, according to the Code of Hammurabi, which of these crimes was not explicitly punishable by death? Child abduction, killing slaves, robbery, adultery. Whew. Got a beer mustache then. 70.5% of you getting it right. Killing slaves. Wow, how did you know that? Yeah, killing slaves was the correct answer. Impressive answering. Good answer for Doomsayer. Breaking 200 points now. 203 points as we go into the next question on 42. Bula 191. Family Terp 183. Mrs. John Thornton is now clear in fourth on 180. Simo comes back into the top five. 175. Okay, so 41 questions down. Number 42 is coming up. Doomsayer, commanding lead. Can they be caught? 42. In 1909, Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany lost an arms contract with Tsar Ferdinand I of Bulgaria after he did what to him? Did he trip him, push him from a window, slap his butt, or insult his wife? He did one of them, and he lost a major, major arms contract. Okay, now for me, all you've got to do is just look at the picture. He looks the sort. The correct answer here, he slapped his butt. Genuinely, comically. He slapped his butt. 14.6% got that right. And it was a great question for Bula because look at this. The Doomsayer is being reeled in. The Doomsayer 203. It's just a 7-point gap now back to Bula. Mrs. John Thornton jumps up into third place, 185. The Family Terp dropped to fourth, 183. Simo stays in fifth on 175. Yeah, only 14.6% getting that one right. Here's your next question, number 43. It's a first letter question. Look at the picture. Who is that? G, H, I, or J? G, H, I, or J? Why are we talking about kinky Germans? What's that, Mihai? Have I missed something completely? I don't know. G, H, I, or J? Correct answer, nearly 60% of you getting it, is Gustav Eiffel. So A or G. A option, G for Gustav Eiffel. Right, Doomsayer, pressure's on, but you got it. 208. Bula's now broken the 200-point mark. He's on 201. Mrs. John Thornton stays in third. Family Terp stay in fourth. Simo stays in fifth. Oh, the Kaiser. It's such a lovely picture of him. I mean, by all accounts, I think he was a bit of a sod, but, you know, funny picture, right? Next question coming up. We're in the home straight, guys. Number 44. Approximately, how long was the shortest war in history? Less than an hour, 9 hours, 2 days, or 6 days? The longest war, the shortest war in history. How long was it? Approximately. What have you gone for? Okay, your answers are in. The correct answer is less than 1 hour. 63.5% of you getting it right. It was the Anglo-Zanzibar War. It lasted between 38 and 45 minutes on the 27th of August, 1896, depending on who you talk to. The poor Zanzibarians, if that's how you call them, I don't know. They gave up rather quickly, which was a good idea. Doomsayer, 213. Bula, 206. Mrs. John Thornton, 195. Family Terp, 193. Simo, 185. Wording a wanna? I don't know. Next question. Look at a picture. In which city would you find this museum? London, Paris, New York, or Berlin? London, Paris, New York, or Berlin. I have been exactly where that picture is showing. Very well travelled. La-di-da. Answers are in. The correct answer here is Berlin. That is the Pergamon altar at the Pergamon Museum in Berlin. It's an absolute stunning museum. If you're ever in Berlin, I highly suggest going. 43.7% of you getting it right. The Doomsayer, the pressure is on, but they are holding on still. 218 from Bula on 211. Mrs. John Thornton, 200. You're now clear of the Family Terp, who have 193, and Simo is creeping up on them on 190. Now, that is the correct spelling, Victor. As you see it there, believe it or not, that is the correct spelling. Okay, 5 questions to go. Can the Doomsayer be caught by Bula or someone else? In the 10th century, which prosperous city in Spain was the second largest in Europe behind Constantinople? Was it Granada, Cordoba, Sevilla, or Valencia? I actually checked that as well, Victor, because I thought it was misspelt, but no, that is just the one N. Cordoba is the correct answer. A bit of a spread again across these. Looks like it was a bit of a guess from some of you, but Cordoba is the correct answer. What a question for the Doomsayer. 223 points getting it right. Bula, 211 points. Did not get that one. Mrs. John Thornton is now challenging for second place. They've got 205. Family Terp, 193. Mrs. Keck left it late, but she's into the top 5 on 192. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry, Victor. It is the Pergamon, yeah. Yeah, I put it at the in the notes. Next question, number 47. True or false, formaldehyde takes its name from Pope Formosus, whose remains were exhumed and put on trial during the cadaver synod. Is that true or false? Basically, formaldehyde, the gas, does it take its name from Pope Formosus? What do you think? Real split down the middle here. Very rarely happens. I think this is because everyone's taking a guess. The correct answer here is false. False. It takes its name from formic acid. It's as simple as that. Great question, Vlad. Really like that one. Did that change much? Well, it did. Bula closed the gap just an inch. Doomsayer didn't get it. So Bula 216 to Doomsayer 228. And then back to third, it's Mrs. John Thornton on 210. Is it too late for the Family Terp to get a prize in third? I don't know. Mrs. Keck, same applies to you. You're on 197. You've got a 13-point gap from fifth to third to get one of those prizes. Next question. In 1325, a war broke out between Bologna and Modena. According to myth, which common object was the catalyst for this war? Cart, bucket, turnip, or shovel? This I actually knew. Of all these questions, I did know this one. All right, just 27.4% getting this one right. It's the bucket. It was called the Bucket War, or the War of the Bucket, and you can still go and see the bucket. It's actually hanging if you ever want to go and have a look. So a 10-point lead for the Doomsayer, 233 to Bula 223, Mrs. John Thornton 210, but Family Terp is creeping up on you on 204, Mrs. Keck 202, still challenging. This is going to be a close one, and we've only got 2 questions left, of which, as always, one of them will be a multiple answer question. It's going to change everything. Here we go. This is going to be number 49. The Big Lebowski is set during whose US presidency? Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, or Bill Clinton? We promised you a Lebowski question, and there it is. Sucks if you haven't seen the film, but take a guess. George H.W. Bush is the correct answer here, and it looks like the Doomsayer and Bula both got that wrong. That was Bula's chance, maybe. So it's 233, Doomsayer. Bula, 223. Mrs. John Thornton, 210. Family Terp, 209. Just 1 point to get into that third place. Mrs. Keck, you need a 3-point switch to get up there. Here we go. Final question, and it will be your final question with 3 possible answers. Masses of points available here. It all comes down to this. Can the Doomsayer hold on? Let's have a look. Final question. Which 3 of these US presidents are mentioned in Billy Joel's 1989 song, We Didn't Start the Fire? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon. Tough question to finish. Loads of Lebowski quotes coming in on the feed. Right, so the correct answers here are Truman, Eisenhower, and Nixon. Those were your correct answers. And let's see what that's done. The Doomsayer, you did it. You deserve it, I think. Wow. You really know your history. Bula, another prize for you, my man. You're in second place tonight, 225. And look at this, the Family Terp. And it's a great prize for you. Family Terp, you're going to win the experience with Quest Mission. You're going to do an online escape room with them. Simo finished up in 3rd, and Mrs. John Thornton was in 5th. And there's your overall top 10. Let's just get rid of all of this because we don't need that and we don't need that. Right, so how did the top 10 finish up then? So 6th, Mrs. Keck. Jen, long-time leader, you dropped back just slightly. I'm so sorry. 7th, great quizzing though. James, you finished in 8th. Exquiz me in 9th. And Sylvie.Lee rounds out your top 10 tonight. But your winner is the Doomsayer. We obviously have no idea who the Doomsayer is. We would love to know. So please let us know because you have won a 300 lei delivery credit with those 5 restaurants. Let's just have a quick look at them so you can see exactly what you're going to receive. Sentani, Duna, Banjo Jack, Karishma, Altarito, 300 lei will go to the Doomsayer. Bula will receive 100 lei. Now, Bula is out the city and he's feeding his friends at the moment because he chooses a different friend every time he wins to get his prize because he's such a nice guy. Now, did you come 3rd? Yes, you did, Family Terp. You're going to win this. You're going to win an escape room live series experience with Quest Mission, and you can invite 2 other households to join in so that you can have a really good time with some other friends and family as well. And our spot prizes, tell us in the feed, were you 25th, 50th or 100th? If you were, please drop us a line and we will match you up to our final scoreboard and make sure it's you, but we would like a message from you. So 25th will get the Lebowski t-shirt, 50th will get the Lebowski mug. Those will be handed over as and when lockdown ends, either at our quiz or we will deliver it to you wherever you are in the world, be it by post or me in person. And then 1 beer later, if you're in 100th place, you've got to contact us as well. Let us know that you are 100th. We'll match you up to our final score sheet. And if that's you, we will arrange to get you a case of this wonderful, wonderful beer from 1 beer later. How about that? Anybody in the feed claiming prizes? So Boteam35 is saying, I came in 100th. Right, whoever you are, Boteam35, you need to drop us a line either at quiz@mojomusic.ro or go onto the Big British Bucharest Quiz Facebook page and send a private message there. That's all you got to do. And we will arrange, I'll talk to you and I'll arrange the prize for you. Let's go back. Did anybody claim anything here? People complaining because they missed out on that 100th beer. Anybody got the 50th? Nobody claiming 50 yet. Okay, let's all just say a big well done to this guy. All right, because I think that was rather good. Vlad, you're a legend, mate. Thank you for being our first ever guest writer. I think the odd, really difficult quiz doesn't hurt, but our incredible quizzes tonight, I think, prove that nothing's difficult, and actually, you seem to know pretty much everything. So well done, Vlad, for doing that for us tonight. Where has our feed gone? Why is it doing that? There it comes. There, it's coming back. I don't know why we've lost it. Anyway, we won't worry about the feed. I don't know why it's disappeared, but let's not worry. And it's back now. So, anybody claiming 50th? No, nothing there just yet. So, just like Vlad, if you want to, and there's a lot of appreciation for Vlad here. I'm really, really pleased for you, mate. Well done, because he was a bit nervous about, presenting his work, but you've done a great job there. And just look at the comments, mate, so you can see how well you've done. Now, do you want to be like Vlad? Can you write a quiz? If you've got a subject matter that you want to do, let me know, because you're welcome to do it. We have got someone that is working on a geography quiz, someone, as I say, doing a Eurovision quiz, but any subject you want, you just got to come and tell me. Now, we've done history tonight, and I think it's time for some movies next week, and it is something that's been asked for a while, and so I will finally do it, and I will write this one, unless someone comes to me and says that they want to assist and not play. Next week will be the MCU. We'll do the Marvel Cinematic Universe next week. I know that's going to make an awful lot of you really happy. So the MCU, that means from Iron Man up to Endgame. The final Endgame was the last one, I'm pretty sure. So everything in between, the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be the subject for next Saturday night. It looks like we have a winner. David Richardson, Slippery Jack. Wonderful. Slippery Jack gets 50th. So, David, just send me a message if you could, mate, so I can arrange your prize and make sure that it's nice and safe. So, MCU next week. Wednesday night will be our general quiz, 50 normal general knowledge questions. So, make sure you join us for that. But all I will do now is say, please stay safe. Please contact me with photos if you can. Remember, you can email them, send them to the Facebook page or whatever. So, take some photos. Do it now. Just take a picture right now of you and whoever's in your house, or you you on your own. Send the picture so that we can have a nice little gallery to show on Wednesday. But I will leave you with that. I've got 2 quizzes to host tomorrow in England, but I will be back with you on Wednesday night. So stay safe, as I say. And remember, as always, please, until we're allowed out, please stay at home.